we need to make like, I guess at some point we need to make like intro um, sound or whatever. Anyways,
We'll get there.
I don't know. Strange to be like,
We're
welcome.
recording.
We're like welcome back.
I think everyone does that, right? So
Yeah.
we can just say, you know what? Let's just make this conversational as fuck. Put the camera on, start, riffing. That's it. So
Yeah.
like, let's just start. No intros, nothing. It's like no
Well,
introduction,
I
whatever.
think the if we're going off of the theme of the the name of the podcast, almost something. Um, I think I was quite happy with the we took a chance um, and invested in something. So that's it wasn't just talking. We actually
Yeah.
put money behind it. So we saw something, a business opportunity, or people doing something that we thought was pretty good and pretty cool. Um, we invested in it, and it turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
I think I was quite. I'm not trying to be like, oh, now we're like, no, fuck it, we are investors. So we are investors, right? So we're investors, right? And
Ish.
ish, no, we're talking about ish. We are investors. It wasn't.
There's
It wasn't as. It was a lot of money. So what?
there's usually like that imposter syndrome everywhere, like
Yeah.
so you just yeah. Can I call myself that now? Like
No,
that kind of thing.
I want to call myself because that was a shit. That was a lot of money.
Okay.
So where the thing is like, as an investor, you start to as having that experience right now. It's sort of you see why it is something people do. The money gain of you want to put money in something and then you get something from it. But also I think the fact that you have it's now becomes it's like you're almost like an adopted parent that you're now it's not your child but you're now partially responsible for that thing because you're investing money in it and whatnot. So you then for like we were doing, it was like you're giving ideas, you're trying to make sure the thing that you're investing money in actually succeeds. And it was cool to have the entity and the people that we invested in be receptive of the ideas and actually execute some of those ideas. So one, I think I was really happy with the fact that we actually did it. We didn't just say, "Oh, this would be a good idea," talk about it, and not do something. We actually did it, and then they did, or the people we invested in, they did their thing, did a really good job. Obviously, now it's about I think sort of the first sort of step we took was I think very good. Now it's a matter of seeing how successful it is for the whole period of time that the investment will be going for. But I think one thing I think if it was you just realize how and I always wanted to. I think I'm I for me personally is always trying to. I don't want to sound like Mother Teresa, but really helping people. Really helping people is the key. Now maybe they like not saying that their investment our investment was something critical or something, but it might be our ideas were, you know, it might be that some of the advice we give would be is has an impact or has a a thing. But helping people, investing in people, I think is something that I always like doing, but actually now physically doing it in a physically tangible way. Obviously, making a return and getting money from it was also good, but just seeing that okay, I put something in, money and advice and encouragement, and those people took it,
Delivered.
delivered, and also and the money and the execution of the things and points we gave them was good. So I'm very satisfied with
Let me
this
ask you
furry.
something, right? Like imagine the way people look at investors like sharks, right? There's this stereotypical way of looking at, oh, he's an investor, he wants to probably take advantage of whoever he's investing in, right? Otherwise, why would he invest in them to begin with? And to that, I usually think like, okay, yes, people are selfish, right? Yes, everyone will have their own interests first and foremost, right? At the forefront before anything else. Is it such a bad thing if what you want and what the other person wants are aligned? And so then, yes, you're looking out for your best interests, and they are too, right? But you're going to get something mutually beneficial out of this. As long as no one is getting shortchanged, then, I think it's only fair. But like, there's usually that thing that people,
I mean, you know what? I used to watch, Shark Tank,
oh,
right?
me too a ton.
And then I stopped
Why?
because it's
It felt, as if they were taking
oh,
advantage.
yeah, it's like they were like, oh, I'll give you all this money, take over your business, and I'll give you some sort of residual, or
Yes.
I'll give you a job, or
Yes.
this and that. Like, what's the point of being purposefully ruthless? It's like maybe it's good for camera, it's good for ratings, and it's a TV show and
Yeah.
everything. So, but I was just like, and then there was some things. I think I saw one episode where there was a guy who had a 9 to 5 job, and he had his side hustle, and then one of the investors was like, "Oh, I'm not going to invest in you because I need you to be all in on your side hustles." And the dude is like, "Yo, I got family to feed. I need to pay stuff. I can't just quit my day job and put it all in." It's like, "Well, I did it, and I became the best." Blah blah blah. It's just like, what are you doing? No, no. Not
Okay.
everyone is in your has the same situation.
So sometimes at some level, I get why the investor would want that, because it's like, if you're investing in an entity, in someone, right? You don't want them distracted from the thing that you're invested in. You understand? So you want them to be there so that they can see it through, so that you don't potentially lose your money. Because, once you invest in something, right, there's usually nothing like, the money, I lost your money, so I'm gonna pay you back. No, when you invest, you also take the risk that it comes with, right? So I get that part of the equation, right? Now the only thing would be, is the investor willing to do more so that this person's life today is sustainable
Is
as he goes all into that thing. But now, if I don't want to invest enough that maybe, like, you can leave your job and still be able to provide and still do this thing, then, fine, no problem. I can say I want you all in, all I want, right? But now, if I'm not willing to do that, then it gets to this place where, for you, maybe it's a bad investment because it's not fully invested. But for him, you might be a bad investment because now you'll give him pressure, right, to do things that will end up maybe hurting him in the short term, right? Because if he can't provide for his family, then is he the kind of person who will work hard enough to ensure that you get a return on your investment? No. His family is hungry. There's no way he'll be focused enough in this thing. He'll be distracted, whether or not you like it. So yeah, it's Shark Tank taught me a lot of things, right? And in some cases, it's things to try, how to be and how to think about investments and businesses, right? And sometimes how not to be, and how to especially when it came to caring about people, right? It felt like, as you say, some of it was super optimized for the cameras, right? Because I don't believe that all of them are that ruthless. And not ruthless to I think ruthless is not really the word I'm looking for, right? It's not that they're ruthless, they want to kill people, no. But like, they know this business thing, and they know what the stakes are, they know what they're willing to give and what they're willing to take in exchange, right? And they're unrelenting, as far as that goes. That felt like it was mostly for the cameras than anything else. But still, there's a lot to learn there, I
Yeah, I
think.
mean, I think, but as an investor, you have to. I think you have to. Yes, you're taking in totality the context and the situation of the person and the thing you're going to invest in. Now, you can almost say that without the pressures, for example, this example of without the pressures of the man having to have a family to feed and whatnot, he wouldn't have even started the project
There's
as well,
also
because
that.
that's probably
Yes.
what is the drive
Yes.
to do it. So if you were to be like, it's hard to say. If you were to say, okay, now quit your day job, focus on this, will he still have the drive to try to grow the thing so it can be something that can help his family, or would it be more pressure on him thinking, oh shit, I don't have a safety net of people like to, oh, get rid of all the safety nets and just go gung ho, but it's hard. But my issue was just, and what I mean with like what we invested in was that is that it's I saw it more one as supporting people that I saw were like us in a way, in terms of in a context and an environment that doesn't allow you to thrive, and they were beating the odds in a very difficult environment. And also, one, they were black, but not just because they were black, but they were actually black and doing things quality. I saw there's this recent controversy with Wallow and Willie. Is it Wallow and Willie? Wallow. They're in America, where he was speaking. He was speaking. He was like basically telling people, don't support black businesses just because it's a black business.
Yeah.
They have to have quality,
Merit. Yeah.
merit and
You
stuff
have to
like that.
deserve it.
They have to
Yeah.
deserve it, and that's what I saw here. I saw that because obviously there've been other people who've been doing what they've been doing, but once I saw the way they do, the quality of the work, the dedication, that's when I said, okay, yeah, this is people that is worth investing in
Investing in.
and partnering with. So in all, I think now sort of that's by chance and by luck, and I like things that happen naturally. When we like from the first time we met to then having almost like a business plan, an investor package already ready to
Yeah.
go, and then it happened naturally, smoothly. They were prepared. I mean, and that's what I like. They were prepared for the moment that someone might say, "I might want to invest," and they were already having,
The
the
leaflets and
leaflets
yeah.
and information ready, and so they were, and that's what I really like about them. They're prepared for maximizing opportunities as
If
soon
and
as
when.
as soon as they're there. So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. I think I was thinking yesterday actually about what you could use to, and technology wise, specifically AI, to play a role, what role AI could play a role in their sort of niche, not niche, but their sort of business model. It'll be interesting to see, because obviously I think that AI is sort of going to be the super tool that can optimize, expand, make more efficient different aspects of anything, right? So
Yeah.
what is the what this specific enterprises, how would you think that you could implement AI to help them grow and maximize
I
their
think
potential?
I usually look at AI as, first of all, I feel like most people are misusing AI, right? In the sense that, and maybe it's partly not their fault, right? In the sense that it's new. It's like when social media was just starting, right? People were just busy poking people and, waving at people
Hmm.
and just, trying to send everyone they could find messages or send friend requests, right? So social media has matured, right? And the AI thing will also come to its full maturity at some point, even though you can already see some of the applications that it can help with. So let's say, for example, these guys, right, they have an events business. So an events business, one, the things that you want to do with that, as any business would, be to reduce costs, right? To try to maybe improve the satisfaction of the customer, right?
Hmm.
Or make more money, right? I'm sure there's many other things you could do, but basically it's just streamlining the process, right? So that if you streamline it and you can give people value faster or easier, right? And then you can maybe have a way to collect feedback, so that then if you collect feedback, it means that you can progressively improve on the experience, right? And if you improve on the experience, then long term, right, you're building a stronger brand, because You have these event attendees who end up becoming almost like your fans, right? Your followers. And they end up believing in what you're trying to do because you're taking them into account in the decision making, in the decisions that you make as far as running your business, right? And then the next thing would be maybe using how would you use AI to reach even more of the same people, right? So it's you have the demographics, right? You have maybe their psychographics. You know what kind of person I'm doing this thing for, right? And I'm collecting their feedback and progressively bettering my offering towards them, right? Then I can also use AI to maybe reach to more of them. It's like, how do I find more of these people? Or how do I find locations where I can have more of these people in such a way that they could sustain maybe a branch, right? So if I want to go to somewhere else, right, I can use the information I've collected about the people who like my brand and who consume my product or service, right? And then try to use that information to fish for people like this in another market so that you can expand that way. And then the next thing is automating some things. But then again, I feel like it's too soon for automation because automation will, this is, I feel like automation, right? The businesses that are good or ripe for automation almost immediately are the businesses that the work is mostly done on a computer, right? It's systems that are virtual in a way, right? But now when you have a physical business where you have to come into contact with your customer, right? Then if you want to use automation, right, in maybe ticketing, right? Or somebody comes and then there's maybe a machine that you have to maybe like scan a QR code and then it recognizes you or whatever, right? You'd have maybe to now buy that machine or maybe make your own. So it feels like the cost will be higher than if it was maybe using AI for data analysis, right? So it's like, okay, we have this newsletter, right? We're sending it out, and then all these people are reading it, or these are their ages, and this is who consumes our content on social media. This is who likes it. Then that will inform the brand strategy going forward. I feel like that's a lower hanging fruit than the process itself physically.
I think that's what I was just thinking as well. That you need to use it to do the low hanging fruit thing. So I would think of, especially if you're sort of in events business, you're just dealing with a lot of people, right? So the idea is how is to make it easier for you to aggregate and collect one data of those people, and then also disseminate information to
Yeah,
those people.
yes.
So if you're able to use AI in a way that you're able to, if like we told them about the making a newsletter, so if they have like a 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people email list, um, AI can be sort of you can use that as a tool to be able to regularly communicate with those large number of people. Um, it can give you data on the groups of people or on the people that are coming. Um, I don't know what else. I think I was just thinking need to think more. Just a hypothetical sort of brain idea how you would use
Here's
AI.
another one. I think also what problems, right? When you attended the event, right? So one of the problems that was consistently coming up, right? And this is something I also heard from some other guys on the streets just randomly, right? So parking was an issue,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where you have a narrow place. One, you have the place that's designated parking,
Mm-hmm.
right? No one goes there, right? So the question is, did they not know? Were they not told enough, or did they ignore whatever messaging they had as far as going to park that side? That's one. And then two, you have cars coming in and going out. You have accidents on that side.
Mm-hmm.
So what if there was a way to maybe, if you have people on the ground, you have the security guys, you have the guys at the entrance and all that, if they had some tool where they would create updates of whatever's happening around the event, right? And then these messages would be going directly to the people who are coming and the people who are going, so that they know, oh, I'm going there, but there's an accident on this side. So maybe I should go park that side. Or maybe, there's a fight that was that side.
Mhm.
Or, oh, there's people who are jumping the fence that side.
Mhm.
So, also like maybe you could also have it that the people who are attending the event could also contribute to this thing. So then you have a two-way communication thing where this thing, now the questions would be, the mechanics of all this
Mhm.
nitty-gritties would be
I like
probably,
I
yeah.
like I like that idea, and I think we should tell them about it. And this is how I would do it. I don't think it's an AI thing. I think that's more like a Instagram broadcast. They have these little broadcast apps. You can make something like that where you can disseminate information live to your people coming to your
Yeah,
events. So right,
constantly.
constantly.
Yeah.
One thing I would do, I was just thinking about it, is that they should have VIP parking. It's limited space,
Yeah.
have a maximum or a certain number of parking spaces closer to the venue for convenience. Have someone there that will organize it and put people in the parking spaces. Make sure that you send us your license plate so we know which car is yours, blah blah blah, and everything. So that will sort of give those people who want to be close to venue, sell the because you're trying to give an experience. You're trying to sell sort of an experience right there. So you have that, and then you have like the general parking area where you have people there organizing people to say this is where you need to park. I think it's a people problem to solve. It's a having smart, intelligent people on the ground, directing crowd control and directing people to the places. But um, I think that will solve it. I like the idea of broadcasting information. So I don't know if they have like Instagram. You have Instagram Live. You have sort of Instagram broadcast groups or something. So you get people to follow that. So then on the day you can be like, here's a photo of where the general parking is. VIPs who have a specific, you can follow us on this specific broadcast. Where if you're a VIP and you have your like we have the platinum card, whatever, have platinum card members. Here's the group. If you need information, then they'll be like, here's this person who does take you to your table. Here's this person for drinks, but or
Yeah.
so you can. I think that's a good idea to on the day to be able to broadcast live for like for example, if you need any medical situation, the medical tent or ambulance people are here, broadcast live on the day, so people sort of get information. And if there's like there's a because I think most people even on that there are on their phone. So one issue that they had was that they kept calling for someone to move their car, and no one was obviously the guy was either drunk or whatever. But also, if you have a broadcasting on the day, you can say, "Hey, make sure you're following us on this," and then you can just send a mass message to everyone
Say
there,
card number
car
this,
number, this is the
this.
plate,
You need
move
to move. Yeah.
exactly or whatever. So
Yeah.
so that's remember. Let's pitch those things to them and see what they say. But yeah, so I think we're now investors. It's big boy stuff.
Yeah. So, quick question, right? As far as investing goes, before you invested in this thing, right? What was your train of thought? Like, what was your thought process? What did you expect from this thing? Did you expect anything at
I
all?
expected money. One,
Okay.
I expected to get some money back. I didn't really know exactly how much, and to be honest, I expected more,
Okay.
but I'm not disappointed with what I got. I think my
Okay.
expectations were too high. So
Okay.
I'm not. Of course, you want more. Like if I can get like $1 million, I'd be like, yeah, that's my expectation. But
Yeah.
I think I expected a little bit more, but I'm not unhappy at all with what I got. I think it wasn't. I don't feel like they shortchanged me or something like that.
Yeah.
No, no. But I think I don't know. It was a very spontaneous thing. I think it once again it all came at the right time. You know, we've been talking about we need to put certain money places where it's just keeping money in the bank isn't going to do shit. So we want to put it somewhere it can be generating money. Luckily, they came, they had a plan, they have a track record, they have sort of that, even though it's how do I say it's not short term, it's sort of like medium term, sort of like a
Momentum. Yeah.
momentum, and medium term in terms of like you're it's you invest in this, and then yes, they have multiple events that they'll have throughout this period of time, and I'm not getting. It's not like daily cash is coming, but
No.
it's gonna be like within
Yeah.
2 weeks or whatever
Yeah.
per event.
3 weeks, you get
So
something. Yeah.
so so and I like, once again, it's like we were saying, it's the people, right? I like the people. I think it's
Yes.
investing in the people. It's the people first, the entity and what they do second. That's the way I saw it, and I saw the people, and I wanted to, maybe it's ego, but I wanted to have, like, having the feeling of saying, hey, I am helping and being part of helping these people in my little way do what they're doing, and if they
Yeah.
go big, good thing I'm there at the beginning. If they don't, but I'm still helping them, even if it's not, even if they don't become the
Yeah.
biggest thing in the world. But at least I'm doing my little bit to try to help them in whichever way I can.